You know, right?
Hmm?
You know how we start off to see who goes first. We stare down, and whoever blinks first goes first.
Okay.
You haven't won yet. So
I haven't won. I'm not going to win.
let me let you win.
No.
Yeah, I don't mind
You just want to let me win.
that. All right.
Okay, so we're reviewing. Oh, we're doing the third and final installation of We Are Not Really Strangers. And so we're gonna have to figure out what to find another game.
Yeah, quite
Okay.
sure there's plenty of them on the market.
Yeah.
So the game starts off by us doing a stare down, and whoever blinks first goes first with the cards.
I'm gonna try my hardest.
All right.
Eyes are always ordered. Always rules.
You did good.
Okay, so you go first then, since I failed. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need my glasses? No.
So, what am I most qualified to give advice about? Oh, wow, good question.
I think um so many things about how to overcome adversity.
I think that covers a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
but
wow.
in particular, your testimony and all the things you've overcome. Yeah, and you've done that in the ministry. And people really relate to you, and they get it. What is a? How about me? What do you think?
What was it?
What do you think I'm qualified to give advice on?
Oh, easy one. Finance and budgets.
No fair.
No, but you ain't no
easy.
fair. That's
No.
Well, I mean, your expertise in that area.
That's right. What is a lesson you will take away from our conversation?
That's pretty easy. Communicating without being defensive. And I actually kind of the affirmative words in our book. It kind of touches on it a little bit. Yeah. And the main thing was something that happened yesterday. We don't bring it up today because it's history. Yes. And I've never been in a relationship like that. I've always been in relationships where somebody or myself was always bringing something that happened in the past to the present. So that's one of the things I've learned.
Oh, so good. Good deal. It's your turn. Oh, you didn't get it. He hates the wild cards.
What answer of mine made you light up? Well, that's a kind of in general. What answer to what? The other two levels, or?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'll tell you just a general, because that's such a general question. You know, when we first started the ministry, and I was struggling a bit about, how often to go, and I was getting discouraged about what I was, was I really doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And when you said I love this ministry,
Yeah.
that really made me light up in that you wouldn't miss it, and you would always be there. And I was like, yes, that just, and I didn't realize how much that lit up my heart. And so, what about you?
When you told me that I was your best friend.
Yeah. That was
I was
funny.
like, wow, man. Ooh.
Oh, by the way, this level is called reflection. Okay. So it's a wild card. Your favorite. Scroll through each of his Instagram.
Hmm?
You have an Instagram?
No.
Oh. Find the picture you feel best represents your partner's essence, and comment why you chose that image.
I don't have an Instagram. So. Thank God.
But you have pictures.
You know, if I had to pick one, it'd be that picture of us at the tower.
Mm.
I love that picture. It's really nice.
Mm. What does it say about my essence?
You're beautiful and sexy.
It's about you. You make me laugh, even if you're not trying.
What do you think my defining characteristic is? Goodness.
Your defining characteristic is, your. Oh Lord, not the muscles, right? Okay. Characteristic that would say I'm a meathead. All I care about is my muscles. No, I think your pursuit for perfection. You know, we never achieve it. We only achieve it through Christ. But the fact that makes you do better. That makes you always want to work and try harder to get it right. Yeah. You don't just give up and be like, oh well, you know, or you don't even if you feel like I'm not doing this good, it doesn't give you an excuse to stop you. You still, and I see the growth. I see you. I can always see that you've done better the next time.
And you know, you're part of the reason. Awesome. Part of the reason for that because you told me don't be afraid to fail when I try new things, and I have stuck my foot in my mouth. It's just like this comedy club thing about booking it for the wrong day. Oh. But thank God you didn't make a big deal. I felt, I was like, man.
And I can tell you felt some kind of way about it, but I was like, I'm not going to bring any attention to this.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. No. And I was wondering, I was like, did I say it was okay? Or did I assure him that it wasn't, it was okay?
And the other thing was, I was kind of really happy that I made the mistake because we're going to do the homeless ministry Sunday. We don't know how that's going to go, and that would be a lot to go out there and do that and maybe try to go home and rest. Anyway, all things work for the good. So.
Okay. So, what was it? You said what my defining characteristic was.
I didn't say.
What did you? Oh.
You want me to say?
Yeah.
I think the way God leads you. I mean, sometimes I was like, God, why don't you talk to me? But the way what happened Thursday with the homeless people, as far as, God speaking to you. And, I mean, that's a very defining, great characteristic. Because a person can say we want to listen to God, but to be obedient, to listen and be obedient, then that's taking it to another level. And I feel like with certain times when we're out doing the homeless, he really gives you a word for those females. Mm-hmm. And I think that's real special, a defining characteristic that, you.
It means a lot to me, too, because I depend on him I've made it clear to him, to the Holy Spirit in particular, you're all I have, okay? I have nothing else. I only depend on you. You have to be there, and over time, when that's all you have, right. you have to listen, and I to know that God trusts me to obey him when he listens. Right. His word's not wasted, what I mean? So that's cool. Is it your turn?
Yeah.
This time.
Oh wow. What about me is hardest for you to understand?
Mm.
Oh my gosh. Don't make me answer that for you, okay?
It's okay because that's how we learn each other, right? So, the thing that's hardest is how sometimes you just I don't even know how to say it. When when you're when you're very uptight, and I'm very laid back, and so I'll just be joking with you, and you won't get it.
Yeah.
And that's probably been my struggle the most is to get you to I don't know.
I'm so serious.
Yeah.
I'm rigid, like you said.
I mean, I noticed that for the beginning, but you know, that's that part of what we were talking about earlier of women expecting a change, and I may not, you know, think I can change that about you, but
I mean,
that may not ever change, and I need to be okay with that.
When I get it, though, I laugh. You know, like the poster of the black guy in the supermarket. That was funny. I mean,
and it surprises me when you think of funny and when I think it's funny. I'm like, oh, I got him. I got him. What about me?
To understand, like, when you disagree, sometimes I feel like I'm being like chastised or.
When I disagree with you?
That wasn't the right way to say it.
No, say it how you do.
Kind of like the video you asked me that I watch. It makes me feel, I don't know what kind of way, but it makes me just feel a kind of way because I really don't have any time to just like sit. I'm always making my way to try to get over here as quick. I don't have, like you were talking about, that time like yesterday when you just laid in bed or just kind of chilled. It gives you a time to think about stuff and go through videos. I don't have that time. I'm always, where is it at?
You can make it.
Yeah.
Because you're so rigid. You say you don't have time, but you have all the time in the world. You just chose to fill your time with what you wanted to fill your time with. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Because you don't have a job to go to. Right. You got nothing you have to do. You made it so you have to do it. Yeah. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Because if you wanted to, you can stay in the bed all day if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to.
Right.
You can make any time you want.
Right.
And I think that's the rigid part that I try to kind of intrude into and be like, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's kind of a whisper. And you go, but I do. Who said you had to? You said you had to, right?
Right, I've said I had to.
So you feel like I'm chastising?
I know, chastising wasn't the right word. That's why I just kind of used the video thing.
Because I know I can have my mother times.
Huh?
Well, you know, like I'm talking to my kids or something, but I don't think I do that with you. Or like with my troops, I talk to them like that.
Yeah. I'm still trying to understand that a little bit better.
What?
What we're talking about. I'm just trying to
understand
a little bit better.
What do you get and what do you don't get? Like the fact that you have all the time in the world, or?
And I understand what you're saying. I choose to want to be at the gym for a X amount of time. I could take that time and go look at the video and not go to the gym if I wanted to, or leave 10 minutes early and listen to a 5-minute video.
Because you used to listen to my video.
I tried to, but everything's been stacked up. You didn't send so many. I got so much emails. I haven't had a chance to really.
I seen you that much?
I went through my emails today. I got a whole list of stuff. Some of it is all the way back to June that I haven't had a chance to look at. I did check out the one on the clothes. You sent me one on clothes. I had a chance to look at that one.
I just figured, you know, I don't know. I figured you were that busy, but maybe you are. Yeah, I got time.
I mean, the other thing is, you know, I'm still
because you get up earlier than me,
right? And I eat, and then I go to the gym, work out, and I come back, and I'm prepping. Like on Monday and Wednesdays, I'm prepping the dinner and the salad. Then by the time I do that, I'm back at the wire. It's my choice though. At 4, then I'm doing yoga from 5 to 6. Then I'm coming home at 6. And then I'm taking a shower, and I'm trying to get back over here. So I mean, and you know,
a lot of stuff I look at while I'm eating.
Yeah.
I use all my time.
You know, I don't eat during the day other than the smoothie in the morning.
I'm talking about the salad. You eat your salad or your dinner.
I'm eating it here.
Yeah.
And I try to spend that time engaging with you, though.
No, not while you're eating. You can
well, I mean, we're looking at the movie.
Whatever you want to.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not asking you to, like, drop everything and watch my 5-minute movie, but whenever you get to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm the therapist that I had before I got out of the military. She helped me realize that all of the restraints that were on me were ones that I put on myself.
Right.
And it kind of helped me relieve me of all the stress.
Right.
And then I made time for whatever I wanted to.
Right. And that's the thing. There's only so many hours in a day, so many hours to do stuff. Something has to give, you know what I'm saying? So that's
you have to make time to relax.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Because you can go through all that and look up one day and you just like went through all the motions and really missed life.
Right.
You know, just kind of really, and it just kind of, I don't know if it concerns me that you really don't have dreams about, you know, big dreams of things you want to do and accomplish. Except for, you know what I mean? Except for just getting through your day, doing your.
I mean.
Like when I asked you about, you know, if you had enough money to do whatever you wanted to, you really.
No, I don't have an answer.
Everybody thinks about that, but the fact that you haven't is very.
I don't think about stuff like that because where I came from, I'm living my dream right now from the way I was living for those last 15 years. It's been like.
Well, usually this is something that comes from childhood.
Yeah,
I
don't. Just not that kind of person. I don't know if everybody's like that, but I mean, I'm not going to sit up and dream about if I had $850 million because I don't have it. So if I get
you're more realist.
If I have $850 million, then I'm going to sit down and think about what I want to do. But I mean, why? For me, this is just me. Why am I going to take my time and energy and think about what I'm going to do with $850?
Because sometimes fantasy
it's just not the way
just freeing to.
Not for me, it's not though.
Well, that's what. Well, part of you is a creative, so you can't say you don't create things that don't exist, and that's part of that fantasy creative part of people that just dreaming part. And you don't really dream, so there's that part. Well, it's okay. You are who you are, you know. But I'm no creative. I don't know.
Yeah, it's mine.
You sure?
Because you asked me the question about, right?
Nope, that was you.
It's you?
You asked the question. Okay. Of course, I would get the wild card.
Usually the wild card usually involves both of us anyway.
Yeah. Write down one thing you want to let go of this year. Read out loud, then rip it up together. Both players. You can just say it. We don't need to write down.
Write down what now?
One thing you want to let go of this year.
I am already. Let me go first.
Right. You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Worrying about finances.
That's a good one. What's something I would let go this year? Oh, being unorganized. Yeah. I need to get it together. Oh, procrastinating. That's it. Procrastination.
In one word, how would you describe our conversation?
Insightful.
That's good.
What do you think?
Informative. So I've learned a lot. So.
That's good. Okay.
Oh, wow. Another one. Oh,
another one.
Wildcard.
Ooh. What do you think my weakness is?
I think sometimes just being too hard on yourself about not getting everything done. Because you're always talking about, I haven't done the emails. I haven't gone through this. I haven't done the budget. Maybe that correlates with your procrastination a little bit.
Yeah, no. I gotta let go of. Well, another thing I need to let go of is you guys. Thank you for joining us. Talk to you later.
All right.